AT-AT Commander is still celebrating the Winter Olympics with today's game, Skiing, for your Atari 2600, and I totally dig that ketchup and mustard inspired uniform that melts right into the skis. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take Skiing, pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system, and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Skiing was published by Activision and carries a copyright year of 1980. It was programmed by Bob Whitehead, who also made the Atari 2600 baseball game Home Run, which I reviewed in episode 161. Bob also co-founded both Activision and Accolade. According to the manual, now you can ski all year long without worrying about tight boots, cold hands, long lift lines, or whether it snows. Skiing by Activision challenges you with a wide variety of slalom and downhill runs, designed for everyone from amateur to pro. Even if you've never been on a pair of skis, you can be a champion skier with Skiing by Activision. Read these instructions to find out how to make record-breaking runs without getting wrapped around a tree or crashing into a gate. Skiing is a downhill skiing game for one player only. It contains slalom runs where you're supposed to pass through gates and downhill runs where you merely have to go a certain distance. Missing a gate costs you 5 seconds in the slalom. The course also contains moguls and trees. Crashing into something can cost you precious time. For the controls, you simply press left to move your skis clockwise and right to move them counterclockwise. The button is not used in the actual gameplay, but if you press it during the slalom run, it will reset your run. There are 10 courses to select from. The first 5 are slalom courses. In Game 1, you have 20 gates for a novice run. In Game 2, you have 40 gates for an intermediate run. Game 3 has 30 gates for an expert run. Game 4 has 50 gates for an Olympic run. And Game 5, which is random every time, has 30 gates for an expert run. There are also 5 downhill courses. Game 6 is the novice hill that runs 200 meters. Game 7 is an intermediate hill that runs 300 meters. Game 8 is an expert hill that runs 500 meters. Game 9 is an Olympic hill that runs 900 meters. And Game 10 is just like Game 9 except it's random every time. In a typical game, you are locked into the screen, but if you put the difficulty switch in the A position, you can move off the screen, which can make the course more difficult. If you could finish Game 3 in under 28.2 seconds, you could send a screenshot of your time to Activision to get a patch, making you an official member of the Activision Ski team. Rumor has it that Todd Rogers completed this course in 12 seconds. Graphically speaking, the game is pretty basic, although I do like the trees. There is no music, but the limited sounds do get the job done. Family-friendly wise, this would most likely get an E for everyone rating it for release today. At the time of my research on eBay, including shipping, loose copies were going for $5 to $6, complete copies were going for $10 to $14, and new copies were selling for $20 to $31. So what did I think of Activision Skiing? Honestly, I was pretty underwhelmed. In general, I'm not a fan of skiing games or Activision stopwatch games, and this one just bored me. It controls well, but basically you're just moving left and right on a mostly white background. Perhaps I've been spoiled by my previous review of Skiing on the Intellivision, which allowed you to jump, perform sharp turns, and had a more enjoyable course, as well as better graphics and sound. But nonetheless, Skiing on the 2600 is not a game I plan to play again. So where am I going to rank Skiing? My apologies to any big skiing fans out there, but since my list is based on how much I enjoy the game, and since I really didn't enjoy skiing all that much at all, I'm afraid this one's going to be very, very low. I'd rather play Oink at 136, but I will put this over Firefighter at 137. So out of the 148 games I've now ranked on the 2600, Skiing is slipping into the 137th position. Skiing on the 2600 is just too bland for me. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please click like and subscribe and follow me both on the Facebook or the Twitter. I'm also a member of the Retro Junkies Network. At this time, I'd like to say thank you to all my extraordinary Patreon supporters, including Vincent. Thank you, Vincent. If you appreciate the work I do and enjoy my videos, please consider becoming a Patreon supporter by signing up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, starting at a single $1 a month. Not only will you help make videos like this possible, but you will also gain access to some exclusive content. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, and if you are a skiing fan, please don't hate me for not enjoying the game.